What is a performance rights organization? ASCAP, BMI, SESAC? How do you know which one to choose? More importantly, why do you need them? If you're a songwriter and want to know more about these, then keep watching. Because today we're discussing performance rights organizations, what they offer, and why they're important so that you can get paid as a songwriter and music publisher. Let's blast off and get started. JM in your universe. Konnichiwa friends, I'm Jonathan Miller and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, helping you become a better indie artist. I make electronic dance pop music and every Wednesday on this channel I'm helping others take their music to level 2. If that sounds good, consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell, maybe giving this video a like. If not, look, we're all trying to get paid here and some of us need subscribers and viewers in order for that to happen. So I help you with knowledge and research and you help me by subscribing. It's win-win. Mostly for me, but that's beside the point. Think about that. Alright, so let's talk about performance rights organizations. In case you're new, I've been a songwriter and music publisher since I was 15 years old. I'm 29 now, not 30 yet like everyone thinks from the moment you turn 25 and onward. And I've mentioned pros in the past numerous times in my videos, but so many people were asking me questions recently about it on TikTok and Instagram, so I thought today I would do a whole dedicated video about them. I don't want to waste much more of your time, so let's just jump right in. What they are. Performance rights organizations, or PROs for short, distribute royalties generated from public performances to composers, songwriters, music publishers, recording artists, and copyright owners. A public performance of a song is defined as the time when a song is played for a large group of people, in either a recorded format or a live format. So this can be anything from your song getting streamed on Spotify, to background music at a restaurant or Starbucks, to elevator music or sporting events. It can also be the radio broadcast of a song on either traditional radio like in your car, or on digital radio like Pandora. A public performance is not listening to a vinyl or a CD at home or an MP3 download. It's also not performing a song in front of a small gathering of like your family and friends. Who they are. Here in the US, there are 4 performance rights organizations: BMI, ASCAP, SESAC, and GMR. SESAC stands for the Society of European Stage Authors and Composers, and GMR stands for Global Music Rights. Now these two are invite only, you cannot just directly sign up with them, and they only represent a very select group of individuals, so we won't really be discussing them much today. But they do exist, so I just wanted to mention them for informational purposes. Instead, we're going to focus on the main two, ASCAP and BMI. ASCAP stands for the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, and is the oldest pro launched in 1914. It's also the only pro created and controlled by composers, writers, and publishers. Its own board of directors is even elected by all of its members. BMI stands for Broadcast Music Incorporated and was launched in 1939 and was founded by radio executives. How they work. Both pros work very similarly. Okay, let's be real, they do the same thing, which is get you paid. And in order to get you paid, they make sure that everywhere your song could have a public performance has a license to do so legally, so they are required to pay you the royalties that you are owed. Now, on any given song, there are 2 types of royalties taking place. One for the publishing, aka the notes, the melodies, the lyrics, and then one for the composition itself, which is also the notes, lyrics, and melody, but pretend you wrote a whole song and didn't record it. That's the composition. Now stick with me because things are about to get a little complicated, but I'm gonna do my best to kind of explain this next part. When you sign up with either BMI or ASCAP, you'll need to register as both a writer and a publisher, because in the eyes of music law, those are 2 very distinct separate things, and they generate different royalties, which by the way, as soon as you have a song available to the public that you wrote, you're a publisher. Doesn't sound too crazy, right? Well, now this is where things get complicated. Both pros operate on a 200% scale when registering the splits for a new composition. This 200% is then split into the 100% writer share and 100% publisher share, which in turn will then be divided based on your individual arrangement for who wrote your song. Let me guess. What? Alright, let's say you and a friend wrote a song together. You and your friend would register this composition as a 50-50 split for your writer's share and a 50-50 split for your publisher's share. 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50 equals 200%. That means everyone's getting an equal share of the writer's royalties and the publishing royalties, and there's no fighting because everyone agreed to that in writing, and there's no trickery or attempts to screw somebody out of their money. Not that that's happened to me, of course. What's the difference? So since we know that both companies do the same thing, how do we know what the difference is and how do you choose which one is for you? Does one pay better or something? You can only join one, so let's look at some comparisons. ASCAP has 650,000 members. 88% of its total collected royalties gets distributed to its members. It takes 6.5 months after each quarter for you to get paid. They only require a $1 minimum for direct deposit and $100 for a check for getting paid. You have to have at least one song written and available for the public in order to join. They only require a 1-year contract which auto-renews, and they have a one-time setup fee of $50 for writers and $50 for publishers, and there are no recurring membership fees. BMI has 800,000 members. 88% of its total collected royalties get distributed to its members, just like ASCAP. It takes 5.5 months after each quarter for you to get paid. They require a $2 minimum for direct deposit and $250 if you want a check. They also require you to have at least one song written and available to the public before you join. Their contracts are slightly larger. They require 2-year contracts for writers and 5-year contracts for publishers. But it's free to join if you're a writer. However, they do have a one-time membership fee of $150 to $250 as a publisher. But just like ASCAP, they have no recurring membership fees after that. Both ASCAP and BMI offer a lot of different benefits and perks as well. Some ASCAP benefits are a discount on the Songwriters Hall of Fame membership, a membership to the U.S. Alliance Federal Credit Union, discounts on music-related retail products and services, hotel and rental car discounts for traveling, and health, dental, instrument, and life insurance is available as well. BMI offers discounts to the Billboard Latin Conference, the Billboard Touring Conference and Awards, Video Games Live, a discount on a Songwriters Hall of Fame membership as well, and special discounts for Artist Share, FanBridge, Musicians Atlas, MuseLink, and the Production Marketplace. Why you need them? Pros are a major factor in getting paid as a songwriter and composer in the music industry. If you don't join one, you're cutting off a gigantic piece of your income, especially for publishers. So if you're an artist like me who writes all their own music, you need a pro to get the money that you're owed. Plus, if you're performing your own music at a live show, you can tell your pro ahead of time and upload your set list so that they can make sure that that venue pays the royalties that you're owed for even playing your own music without you doing all this extra work and arranging and negotiating and doing all these contracts. They do all of that for you. So, to review, ASCAP and BMI both pay out quarterly, pay out 88% of their total collected royalties to their members. They both do not ask for any recurring membership fees, and they both utilize an equal split system for both writers and publishers. So if you want a really large pro with a free registration process for writers, a slightly faster payout but with fewer benefits, then BMI is your avenue. If you want the oldest performance rights organization with excellent benefits, is controlled by creatives, but has a $50 one-time registration fee for both writers and publishers, and a slightly longer wait time for payout, then ASCAP is your choice. Either way, just get signed up as soon as possible and start getting paid for your music. So that is my video on performance rights organizations. Question of the video, what pro have you joined or will you join? Leave me a comment below letting me know. If you want to check out my video series on which streaming services pay the most, I've left some links in the description below so you can check those out. And if you like me and you like what I do, consider joining me on Patreon like Meg here and all these fantastic people to get all sorts of fun rewards, including access to my YouTube calendar to see what's coming to the channel. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it and subscribe if you're new. I put out new videos every single Wednesday. Once again, I'm Jonathan Miller, and I will see you next time. See you later.
I am a machine, not a robot, no operation electronically. My messages are magnetic vibrations once upon